Today on Getting Real with the Housewives, the explosive trailer for The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills is finally here, and we break it all down. Leah McSweeney sounds off on the 2 Real Housewives of New York spinoffs.
I think it's a really bold move, and I think they probably needed to do something bold after last season. So I'm excited to see what's to come.
Cynthia Bailey reveals what she thinks about Teresa and Louie's whirlwind romance.
I don't know about the wedding yet. I would love, if I get an invitation, then I absolutely would love to go support her. I love love.
Plus, can the Jersey guys get over their rift with Bill? We're breaking down the latest episode. And we got that plus so much more on today's Getting Real with the Housewives. Hey guys, Christina Garibaldi here with Us Weekly executive producer Mandy DeCamp, and welcome to another week of Getting Real with the Housewives. Lots of big Housewives news and some good episodes too.
Yes, very exciting this week.
Yes, very, very exciting. But before we get into all of that, what did you guys have to say about last week's show? Mandy, what got everybody talking?
All right. So a lot of you were sounding off about Noella, which I was very happy to see. So Gary Smith said, Noella is weird and a woman who just loves the sound of her own voice. I can't disagree with that.
I have to agree with that as well, Gary. You pretty much nailed it. Yep. We're going to talk more about Noella in this episode a little bit later on. But last week we asked you guys who was your number one pick, number one housewife of all time. And Antoinette says number one definitely goes to LVP. So it looks like Antoinette agreed with you, Mandy.
I know. Thank you very much, Antoinette.
All right, Mandy, well, let's get into the Housewives news this week. And oh my God, we have to start with this Real Housewives of Beverly Hills trailer. We've been talking about it for weeks and it is finally here and it does not disappoint.
Oh my God, it does not disappoint. It's so good. We have to break it down. Yeah. Let's start first with Kyle. She's talking to someone. Could you figure out who she was talking to? It sounded like Sutton, but Sutton's not one of her best friends.
No, not one of her best friends. So her best friends on the show are Lisa and Dorit sometimes.
I think it's Lisa because then you see the theme of Lisa Rinna saying like, it's that bad.
Yeah.
So.
Because we've never seen Lisa and Kyle really go at it like this. So.
I wonder what sparked it.
I don't know. But then Erika Jayne having lots of sex, drinking a lot. It seems like.
Drinking and on meds, they said. I mean, crazy. I am so excited that she's out there and dating, and hopefully we're going to see a little bit of that. Yeah. That's exciting to me.
That is exciting. And then, we do, it's, very serious stuff as well. Dorit had the robbery, during this time, and you see the aftermath of it. She said, that they filmed like literally right after this happened. She was breaking down. PK is breaking down. All the girls are there for her, but definitely that's going to be a really heavy moment. Lisa on her mom was also an emotional moment that we saw her, her mom passed away not so long ago. So there's definitely going to be dealing with some real life stuff this season.
A lot of real life stuff is going on, which always makes for a better season. It's hard for their lives. I'm sad for them. I mean, I literally got chills watching Dorit going through that.
Yeah.
But when you're getting chills over Housewives, that means it's a good season.
They're doing something right. They're doing something right. And it feels like there's this new villain that's going to be emerging. The new housewife. Clearly she understood the assignment and is bringing it.
She's owning it. She's like, if you need a new villain, I'm here. And I think I'm into it. I mean, hopefully she's not like Noella crazy, but I'm into a new housewife.
Yes, totally into a new housewife. And then Kathy versus Kyle at the end. I mean, maybe Kyle was talking about Kathy too. I mean, your sister could also be your best friend. I don't know.
I know. I don't know what this is about. And then I couldn't tell. It was so funny when Kathy was locked out of the store, but then I was like, are they serious not letting her in? Like I don't know. So that's
so good.
There's nothing like, I have 2 sisters and there's nothing like sister fights, I mean, nothing. I can't imagine ever having a fight with my sister on television. So it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be very interesting. And we are going to be breaking it down every single week. And it kicks off May 11th. It's going to be so good. But unfortunately, we have more news to talk. Well, not fortunately. Fortunately, we have more news to talk about. So Mandy, what else is going on this week?
All right. So people are very vocal about who they want cast for both RHONJ Legacy and the new RHONJ cast, which I also would love to help casting this. Bravo's getting a lot of help from fans on this one.
They really are.
So anyway, one of the names being thrown around is Julia Fox, which would just be so insanely good to me. So we got to know, before we get into all of that. We want to know who you guys want to see on the cast. Would you want to see Julia Fox on the new Real Housewives of New York cast? Let us know. And if not Julia, who do you want to see? So anyway, a source told Page Six that someone brought Julia's name to production and she said she's interested. I'm sure casting will at some point follow up, they said. But unfortunately, her rep told the outlet that the rumors are false. But she is friends with Leah McSweeney. She and Leah met, I think, while they were both in rehab. And we actually spoke with Leah this week, and she said that it would be absolutely epic to have her on the show. Now, here's my thought. I think it should be Leah, who isn't my favorite, but I think she deserves another try. Leah's sister, I think she could be super interesting. Bring back Tinsley now that she's single and doesn't need to be in Chicago anymore, right?
Right.
And Julia Fox, because they're all technically friends.
I totally agree with you. I think that's a really, really good idea. I did speak with Leah about having her sister on, and she said that if they would have her, she would definitely do it. She did say it depends. Well, you'll see a little bit later in the episode. So, but yeah, no, I think that would be a great thing. Yeah, her and Tinsley are still really good friends, she said. So I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, and I love Tinsley. She's one of my favorites.
I do too. I like her a lot.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, another person that's rumored to be, it's not a real rumor, I don't think, so don't get that excited. But Kelly Ben-Simone, who is hopefully going to be on Legacy, former New York housewife, threw another name into the mix, Anna Delvey. So if you saw Inventing Anna on Netflix, so good, that she would also make a pretty interesting fit for a housewife. So during a recent interview on Andy's Girls podcast with Sarah Gailey, Kelly said she would be amazing. She would be so nasty to everybody. And they would be like, she would be like, how could you be nasty to me? I'm famous. What do you think about Anna Delvey joining this?
I don't even know if she's allowed to be in this country anymore. Yeah. So I don't know if she can, but I mean, yes, I would totally watch it. I mean, maybe, who knows? Stranger things have happened.
Stranger things. Yeah, I agreed. Wasn't she deported?
I think so. No, but who knows? Right. Andy, get on that. That could be a good one. Well, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, it's airing right around the corner and just in time because a new lawsuit is being thrown at Erika Jayne. So she's, like I said, facing a new lawsuit amid estranged husband Tom Girardi's ongoing legal woes. In a new case from Edelson PC, she has been accused of using her public platform to prolong Girardi Peace's alleged fraud scheme. This is according to documents obtained by Us Weekly. Jay Edelson from Edelson PC told us in a statement, we believe we will be able to prove to a jury that Tom's Firms was a long-running criminal enterprise spanning over a decade and stealing over $100 million, much of which went into funding Tom and Erika's outrageous lifestyle. Our filing makes clear what we have said from the start. We will fight tirelessly to hold all of the wrongdoers accountable. Now, this news case, which was filed in the U.S. District Court, Northern District of California, San Francisco, claims that Erika buried the truth about her estranged husband's wrongdoings. And in the April filing, which is part of the Lion Air Flight JT610 crash case that is, of course, we've been talking about since way back in November of 2018, he claims that the Bravo personality's lavish lifestyle is evidence of her and Tom's misuse of funds. The new case also lists 9 different complaints against the estranged couple, including racketeering, conspiracy to commit racketeering, aiding and abetting, concealment of stolen property, and deceit. I mean, the legal woes just keep on hitting for Erika. And I feel like this is the argument that a lot of people have made from the beginning, that how did a lawyer have this type of lavish lifestyle?
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on this story so many times, since it came out. There's times when I sat with Erika and say like, well, why would she question where the money's coming from? Mm-hmm. But I don't know. Today, I think I'm standing not on her side. And just the more you hear about it, the more it's like, if my husband had all this money, I would start to question it at some point. I would, you know what I mean? Like, even like, you don't just like, how do you not question it? I don't know.
Right. How do you wake up one day and you have all this money, all this cash, and, you have this amazing career, like you're spending thousands and thousands of dollars a month on glam. It just doesn't all make sense to me.
No.
You can turn a blind eye for so long. It's like,
yeah, right.
I don't know.
Yep.
We'll see how it plays out.
I can't wait for the season.
Oh, God, I can't wait. Where is this trailer?
I know. Well, speaking of, the Real Housewives of Dubai is almost here, and we've gotten our first look. So take a sneak peek at the new season. Housewives of Dubai will follow the ultra glam lives of Nina Ali, Chanel Ayan, Caroline Brooks, Dr. Sarah El Madani, Lisa Milan, and Caroline Stanbury, who we know from Ladies of London. According to Bravo, Dubai makes the 11th city in the Real Housewives franchise and is the first original international show. It follows the extravagant lives of a dynamic group of women who run business empires while they expertly navigate a highly exclusive social scene within the ultra luxe billionaires playground. The show premieres June 1st. Are you looking forward to this?
Wait, this is going to be so good. I think like if you think it's money in Beverly Hills, wait till you see the money in Dubai. Cannot wait for this.
I'm so excited. I mean, that sneak peek told us absolutely nothing.
Right, nothing.
That it's going to be over the top. I mean, their outfits, even their dresses, like they sparkle through the TV. They are more over the top, I think, than any, trailer or sneak peek that we've seen before. And they're all gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Like they are just dripping in money and I cannot wait for it. It's going to be so good. Yes. All right. Well, Meghan King is opening up about her most recent marriage, noting that her brief romance with Cuff Owens felt somewhat staged. This is interesting. So she said on Jeff Lewis's live, she said, he said all the right things and the families were a good fit. And he seemed to grow up similarly to me. She further said, it was almost like an arranged marriage. I felt like, except we chose one another. I think that I was so ready for a partner. I have 3 little kids that I have all the time pretty much. And so I just really wanted someone to help and I wanted a partnership. Now they of course tied the knot in October of 2021, just 1 month after they met on a dating app. He of course is President Joe Biden's nephew and they had their wedding at he is Joe Biden's nephew and they were all present at the wedding. What a mess.
What a mess. Like, I understand she wants a partnership and she needs help with her 3 kids, but have your mom come over for a little while.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting that she says it was like an arranged marriage, but even though they were on like a dating app and I don't know. It's like, I wonder how things fell apart so quickly. Like, yes, of course it falls apart quickly because you only got married after 1 month of being together, but he must have she must have just realized that this was just going to implode, which it did.
Yeah. I hope she talks more about it, but I also am like, did she even know more about it? Did she even know this guy's middle name?
Seriously, so strange. Oh my God, bring her back too. I think we need a little Meghan King in our life.
I love Meghan King.
All right, well, let's get into this week's episode, starting with the Real Housewives of New Jersey. And it seems like the guys have more drama than the girls this season.
They really do. They're still, this drama with Bill is prolonged a few episodes now.
It feels like we've finally buried it. It feels like everybody has moved on and we're good. So that's good. I mean, I just don't even really know why they're fighting anymore, but. Okay, so
I thought the same thing. I was like, did I miss a scene? Like, I feel like I literally don't know why they're still fighting.
I know. I think like Bill was offended that Joe said something about his wife, or I don't know, or that Bill, I couldn't even tell you. Please let us know in the comments.
Joe Gorga likes to be in the spotlight. I swear he goes to producers and is like, hey, how about this?
Eating it up. 100%. Yes. And what do we think about Marge Sr.'s 75th birthday party?
Oh my gosh. First of all, I have to do a double take every time she's on the screen because I'm like, she looks exactly like Marge.
It's crazy.
They obviously go to the same hairdresser.
Right. They really
work
do.
done.
Same work done.
It was like an over-the-top Jersey wedding. I loved it.
I've been to that place for a wedding, by the way.
Of course you have. I love that. I feel like I've been to that place for a wedding on Long Island.
I feel we all have.
Yeah. The birthday serenade was just too much for me. The guy.
You know that guy was like, I'm going to be on the Housewives. I'm going to bring it. Like you've never seen Happy Birthday performed ever.
I hope he gets a record deal.
I do too. It was so over the top, but you know what? Yeah. She looked like she had a great 75th birthday party. So good for Marge Sr. There was a lot of emotional moments in this episode too. Mm-hmm. We have, Teresa packing up her house, moving down the street, but it was hard it's especially hard for the girls. Cause like they said, these were the moments that they shared with their dad. They grew up in this house. Those are the last memories that they have of their dad in New Jersey. So it definitely had to have been a difficult moment.
I have memories in that house.
Yeah. Oh, you're right. You were there.
Yeah, I've done a few shoots there, and I waited quite a while for Miss Teresa on those shoots. They were so much fun, though. We did an Inside My Kitchen with her a while back, and I remember her father telling me how I should cook pasta and how, the right Italian way to do it, al dente. And, I'm not Italian, sorry. And, so I was actually pretty sad about this move.
Yeah. I was too. I was shocked that, she's been trying to sell this house for years. And it's just so funny that she ended up moving to the same development that Melissa and Joe were in, and then they moved out. So very strange. But
built a pool there, I think.
Yeah, it's very, very, very odd. But they did. They just built the pool there. But they'll have the memories, and they have lots of footage of Real Housewives of New Jersey to look back on.
They sure do. I feel like who's moving into that house, because I got to know,
I know. I wonder.
Their house is all over the show.
Yeah, all over. I don't know. But and then another big moment, Jackie has been so open about her eating disorder this season, and she sat down with her kids, had ice cream for the first time, and it was super emotional. I found myself getting emotional for her too.
Yeah, no, this is one of the realest stories that we've seen with a housewife. I feel like it's I can't believe how open and honest she's being about it, and I think it makes for good TV, and I think it's good for her that she's doing it.
I do too. Yeah. Good for her. She's taking step by step, and it's so sad to see somebody really, really struggling with this, and how it just it's all consuming all the time. But it's good that she's making the steps and getting the help that she needs. So good for Jackie. All right. Well, let's move into Real Housewives of OC. This season is almost wrapping up. This was, the pendulum episode. We're almost at the finale. So let's talk about Noella.
Oh, Noella. Do you think she's going to be back? I don't know. I don't know if she'll be back. Yeah. I mean, she breaks down about her dad, her divorce, I was sad for her when she had to talk about the embryos that they had frozen. That was really weird and sad. I felt so bad about that. Not weird. It was sad. But just the things that come up that you wouldn't even think about it, I guess, with the divorce. But I just feel like this girl needs help. I don't know. I think she needs help, and I don't know if the show is right for her. Yeah, I feel like this is just going to put her into I don't even want to say it, but I just feel like, yes, it's probably not the best thing for her going through a divorce, dealing with a small child, and kind of, your whole life is just thrown out there for people to judge. And, if she can't even deal with the people around her not asking her how she's doing. So I don't know. This is probably just not the right fit for her, or not the right time, I guess. No, it's definitely not the right time. Yeah. I am interested to see if she does stick with it, how she is next season. After watching herself back for one season and kind of being further distance, more distance between her and all these tragic things happening, it would be interesting to see just how she develops. It would be. It's she's been quiet on the divorce front. It was a lot of he said, she said back and forth for a while. And it feels like maybe that's died down. So maybe, maybe she's kind of getting everything in check. And, I hope so. But she is not making any friends on the show besides Shannon Bedore, who, Gina says kind of is always attracted to people that are going through a dark moment. So, and then she and Gina kind of go at it. Gina is upset that Noella isn't taking interest in her life. Noella's upset that Gina's not taking an interest in her life. So it's a lot of back and forth, which we've talked about it so many times this season. I'm just not feeling it. I know that they've said that it's a transitional season. I get it. It's just not meshing. Well, I also keep seeing them advertise it for people to watch it on demand from episode 1, the OC, and they're advertising it all the time. I'm like, the season's almost over. Why are you still? So I'm wondering if I think ratings aren't that great. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not. It's not there. I mean, they're trying to have some fun moments with Gina's deep dust and this bear scare and things like that. Yeah, Noella admitting that she was in a Will Smith video. So I need to see immediately. I need it immediately. So I mean, there are some bright spots, but overall, it's just not the best OC season. No, I agree. Like I said, I think Shannon needs to go. Now I'm second guessing. Now maybe I want to see Noella one more season. Just
maybe I want
to see
how she kind of rises from the ashes, pretty much.
Yeah, Gina, I could do without. I'm on the fence about Gina. I feel like she doesn't bring a whole lot, and I feel like when she does try to bring it, it feels like she's trying to bring it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which I mean, that was kind of a criticism. If you listen to Tamara Judge's and Teddy Mellencamp's podcast, they said it felt like a lot of this season was forced. Like a lot of the drama was kind of, kind of made from nothing, which it does feel like at times. Yeah.
They said Teddy Mellencamp, I think, said Heather is the ultimate self-producer. Yes. I don't know how she phrased it, but something like that, where it's like she brings her situations to the producers and says this is going to be my drama. Right. And it's that's not how drama.
No, that's not how it works. No. Not how it works. Well, we'll have to see what happens next season. All right. Well, let's talk about Real Housewives of New York, because it is time for our real talk. And we caught up with Leah McSweeney, like we said, who gave us her reaction on the big shakeup. Take a look. I mean, I have to get your thoughts on, the Housewives news. What was your reaction? Did you kind of ever see this coming? And what do you think about them doing the two different shows?
Oh my God. It's honestly been so long since I filmed.
Yeah.
I feel so far away from it. I obviously still feel like part of the Bravo family and camaraderie with other housewives. And I'm still in touch with obviously my own friends from there and stuff. But in terms of the show, I was just I don't know. I didn't have that much of an opinion on it. I'm okay, that sounds cool. I think it's a really bold move. And I think they probably needed to do something bold after last season. So I'm excited to see what's to come, but I don't have an opinion on it. I have, I think it's a good idea though.
Yeah. If you were asked to do either show, would you do it?
I think it would depend which one and who's on it and all that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Would you film with Ramona again?
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna fight with somebody.
Right. I mean, I do like that they're focusing on casting real friends. And I know people loved seeing your relationship with your sister on the show, and people were really gravitating towards that. I mean, I think it would be fun if they, honed in on a real group. And I mean, I think that would be really cool if they did that with you.
Yeah. Look, I think that definitely that's a great idea, is casting friends. There's so many wonderful, cool, badass women in New York that are friends with each other. And there's so many different friend groups. Then I'm sure they're going to find, the right women.
I love how she was I don't really have an opinion about it either way, because she said she's been so far removed from it. They haven't filmed in so long that it's almost like she doesn't feel like she's a part of it anymore. But it'll be interesting to see who they cast for this.
Oh, I can't wait.
Can't wait.
Cannot wait. Well, we also sat down with Cynthia Bailey, a former Real Housewife of Atlanta, and she sparked up a friendship we saw with Teresa on the Ultimate Girls Trip. So what does she think about the whirlwind romance between Teresa and Louie? She told us all about it. Take a look.
First of all, I'm so happy for Teresa and Louie. Teresa was definitely, I think, the only lady, honestly, on my season of the Ultimate Girls Trip that I knew we had friends in common, but I really didn't know that much about her. Her story is amazing to me. I don't when I try to put myself in her position, I don't know how I would have been able to deal with or go through what she went through privately, let alone publicly. And then on TV, I really take my hat off to her. I think she's a really strong woman, and she's just super sweet, she's the only housewife that I know that's done jail time and came out and really has turned her life around. She's found love again, and she is, she's just keeping it going. And that's not easy to do. That's really not easy to do, to really go through all of those things that she went through, all of those different obstacles, and land on your feet and still have a happy spirit and find love and, still be a good mom and still stay on the show. Yeah. So the wedding, I don't know about the wedding yet. I would love, if I get an invitation, then I absolutely would love to go support her. I love. She and Louie remind me of when Mike and I first met. I mean, they're so enthralled with each other. So I absolutely would. I would love to go celebrate her big day, but I have not gotten an invitation yet.
Yeah, you don't know
yet. All right, Teresa, I'm checking the mailbox.
Yeah, she is all about love. She said it reminds her of her relationship with Mike Young, so she's all about it, but she still hasn't gotten that invite in the mail.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you're getting one at this point. Who knows?
I don't know about that
Melissa's
either.
not a bridesmaid.
Right.
I don't know.
I don't know. All right, well, let's get into our social spotlight of the week. Mandy, who caught your attention on social media?
Okay, well, I thought this was the cutest thing ever. It was Andy Cohen posted this, not a housewife, but he's in the world enough. It's his son with Anderson Cooper's son sitting in the Watch What Happens Live chairs. And he captioned it, "New Watch What Happens Live co-hosts Ben and Wyatt are taking over my show. Thanks for a great run, Bravo." I love it.
That is the cutest thing ever. They're like already best friends. I think it's
and I feel like
adorable.
I feel like Ben's already dressing like, I mean, obviously he dresses like Andy because it's so cute. It's so cute.
It's so adorable. So cute. Mine went to Jennifer Aydin. This was so scary. So her husband's car, his Ferrari, was stolen from their home. She posted a video of it from their like garage cam, and you see it kind of leaving the house. She posted another shot of the car saying that her son had just gotten home like 30 seconds after they had stolen the car. They ended up finding it. It was in a hotel parking lot. It seems like it's still intact, but definitely very, very scary.
That's frightening.
Yeah, so frightening. And
they found it.
I'm shocked they found it. It's nuts, but I'm glad everybody was safe and, they found the car, but just such an invasion of privacy. All right. Well, Mandy, thank you for recapping everything Housewives with me as always.
Thanks, Christina.
All right. If you want to listen to our full interview with Luann de Lesseps, make sure you listen to our Getting Real with the Housewives podcast. Keep commenting, keep subscribing, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.